Good Sunday morning, everybody. Our very own Doug Tilk just checked into the emergency room with a severe case of kidney stones. Do me a favor, drop a comment down below and wish Doug well. He has done so much for Freemon Adventures and for yours truly. Please keep him in your thoughts and prayers today and drop a comment down below.
An Abbott reel, a Penn Fathom reel, 4 gift certificates worth $50 each, and a lot of other tackle, all to be given away Monday night, June 30th on Tackle Shop Confessions. If you want a ticket, if you want to win, just send Chuck a text right now, 310-918-1448, and win big Monday night.
Brian Henley's a great Freemon Adventures family member. He is fishing up in Washington on Lake Whatcom right now, catching full speed smallmouth bass. It is wide open. Nice going, Brian.
Look at that barb. Oh man, oh my God. All right, tossed about it. There it goes, back in.
I've never seen one this big in my life.
You, man. Oh my God. Wow. Have you ever seen one this big, Daniel?
39.
Oh, shit!
39.
What is it?
Whoa, is that you, Captain?
39.
Wow. It's the jig we caught it on. Nice fish, Pat. Nice fish. Look at that jig. Just put the stick in it. Nice get.
Hop in, baby.
Boys, nice one. Nice fish. Nice fish. Oh, more fish coming on the deck.
Double!
Oh my God! Oh my God, what a fish! Oh my God, Scott! What?
Get out of bed and wake up the kids, 'cause you know what time it is. It's time for the morning briefing. Fishing reports up and down the coast. With Phil Freemon, your coffee-loving host. So much fishing intel, it feels like cheating when you tune into the morning briefing. Inshore, offshore, from the surf, bluefin, yellowtail, pod, surf, perch. They'll tell you where the fish are and what they're eating when you tune into the morning briefing. So give it a like and subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified of all the fishing content coming your way. Freemon Adventures is here to make your fishing day. It's a morning briefing. Morning briefing.
Please don't forget to support the Freemon Adventures family members who make this all possible, like the taxman, Tim Marquez, and your garage door man, Joe Welker, who does a great job and gets rave reviews here at Freemon Adventures. Heating and or air conditioning needs, it's our dear friend John Lopez, and also the Island Spirit, Ventura Sportfishing. You can't beat it. Chris Isaac and the El Patron out of Long Beach Sportfishing, www.longbeachsportfishing.org.
Hello, my dear friends, and welcome to beautiful Surfside, California. Can't get any more lovely than it is another summer-like day. We're moving up on the 4th of July, and there are fireworks everywhere in the sport fishing world. Down in Mexico, we see great yellowtail fishing going on. I'll tell you where and how good it was. We'll check in on our bluefin tuna bite. What's going on with those white sea bass in the Channel Islands? Are they acting kind of like ghosts right now? Tremendous fishing up there for rockfish out of Avila Beach and Morro Bay. and the Southern California bass bite. Sand and calico, well, it can't get any better than it is. You know what time it is. It is time for the morning briefing. Good morning, my friends. Oh, is that good? It is really great to be with you all. Beautiful morning. Hope you can get down to the beach and enjoy this. I see a dolphin, or yeah, it looks like a dolphin coming out of the water way back this way. Man, I'm telling you, it is absolutely phenomenal, this local bass fishing. No slowdown on that, even with the boat pressure, the weekend boat pressure, which was substantial. Man, I'll tell you, it is still biting. The Southern California surf has been alive, and the Tootsie report says nice, warm water again here this morning. Man, does that feel good to be here in this beautiful environment. Are we blessed or what in Southern California? Hit that like button, share these videos everywhere. Don't forget to subscribe to the Freemon Adventures YouTube channel and tick that rotten, filthy, smelly, disgusting little bell. You'll be notified when there is new content. You can also follow us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Big Raffle, of course, is Monday night on Tackle Shop Confessions. If you want in, send Chuck a text right now, 310-918-1448. You get to watch the raffle in the comfort of your home. Monday night, don't miss it. 2 reels, 4 gift certificates. It's going to be really a lot of fun. All right, my friends, let's jump into it. We'll go to Mexico down there. I got to do this one more time. Down there at Cedros Island, we continue to see good halibut and white sea bass fishing down in that neck of the woods. Yellowtail also kicked in there. The yellow bite has been lagging a little bit this year, but it's still pretty darn good. I mean, by Cedros Island standards, the yellowtail bite is absolutely phenomenal in most years. This year it's been good, not wide open, but good. But what's been really interesting is the amount, those are those dolphin feeding in the surf. That's always a good sign. The amount of halibut and white sea bass we've been taking, it's been great. K&M Sportfishing, wide open yellowtail down in San Quintín, Baja California. 140-mile lovely drive down the Baja Peninsula. You hit TJ, and then you go south of there 140 miles. They were done early with limits of yellowtail. Tremendous fishing down there for K&M and many of the other operators out of San Quintín, Baja California. And of course, they've got all kinds of rockfish and lingcod and other species, bottom dwellers, to help round out your catch. Really great yellow action going on down there in Ensenada. Only a 70-mile drive south of the border. We continue to see excellent rock fishing, lots more bass. Sand and calico bass bite in Ensenada has been phenomenal here recently. A lot of barracuda, poco jurel, just a little bit of yellowtail, not much. That bite has not come on quite yet, but we're watching it very, very closely for you up there. Popotla area, that's only a 15-minute drive south of Rosarito Beach. Great rock fishing for Carlos Cortez. And Cortez fishing, sport fishing, he does a great job. So those are all things for you to keep in mind. We'll continue to watch it south of the border for you all. Greg Gutierrez is a fantastic Freemon Adventures family member. He just got back in from a great trip on the Red Rooster 3. Greg, thank you so much for checking in. They had a bunch of rockfish. They had bluefin tuna. Greg said, you can't beat the Red Rooster 3. He had a great time. So we are now talking about our bluefin tuna bite. It's up, it's down. Sometimes on some boats, you get on the right school, it's flat wide open. Other times it's kind of scratchy. There's a lot of boats on it last night. A few guys had good hits. Other guys kind of scratched at it. Our buddy Jeff Lingo, who runs a yacht, was out there. He said they were throwing a 250-gram lure right at sunset last night, and they ended up getting one fish on the boat, an 85-pounder. They moved off to a different area at night, and he said it was the best bite he's probably seen, although on smaller fish. But he got 5 bluefin tuna, 45 to 65-pounders, Eddie Bomb deep fish. So that was a welcome change. That is good to hear. Other guys were struggling. The Pacific Voyager will be out tonight with Jolene Thompson. We are rooting for you. Israel de la Cruz is also going to be on that trip. He's a fantastic. Both of them are great Freemon Adventures family members, and I know there's going to be a lot of other great folks. We are wishing you the very best of luck. Hopefully that is going to come together. Polaris Supreme 20 guys, 3-day trip, 59 on the bluefin tuna. One change that we're seeing is some daytime fishing. And while it may not be wide open, there was some decent fishing. The Pacifica had some daytime fish, and the San Diego full-time or full-day boat, I should say, out of C4 Sport Fishing in San Diego. That is to say, they leave in the morning and come back that very same evening. They go down to the Coronado Islands on a regular basis, but they found offshore bluefin, and they got 3 fish. So very close to San Diego, we are seeing fishing. In fact, the San Diego says, okay, we're done with the Coronado Islands right now, offshore. Don't need a passport for those trips either. You do when you're fishing the Coronado Islands. You do not when you are fishing offshore. So that is a welcome sign, and some really interesting stuff starting to take place right now. So those fish at night sometimes are on the lighter jigs, and by light, I'm going to say a couple 100 grams, and then sometimes they're on those 16, 20 ounce Eddie bombs or an equivalent 400 or 500 gram jig. Weather's beautiful right now. There's fish up there near Santa Barbara Island. There's fish south. There's fish out on Tanner and Cortez. And now we've got fish close to San Diego. Maybe this thing's just taking a little while to get going this year. I mean, we had some really great fishing. Our 2 trips for Freemon Adventures were great this year. But then we went from those trips. We had one in April. We had one at the beginning of June. And it's been kind of hit and miss here lately with some really great scores. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, the Pacific Queen, I'm not going to forget this, had nearly 100 fish that exceeded 100 pounds. So there's been some flashes of brilliance in this fight. Hopefully we're going to see it continue to head in the right direction. Great fishing on the long range scene. 8-day trips have been absolutely spectacular here recently. The American angler, yellowfin tuna, yellowtail, and all kinds of other species. Danny Cadota was on that trip. He'll be live from 22nd Street Landing tomorrow at 4 p.m. That's going to be a great show. The Danny Cadota Show. Can't wait to bring that to you. He'll be talking a lot about that. The Royal Polaris is headed for home in really nice weather after an 8-day spectacular trip. It was as good as you could have possibly wanted on the yellowfin tuna. Same thing on the yellowtail. And now they're fishing the beach headed back home, and they're goofing around with cabria and calico bass, yellowtail, white sea bass. They're finishing up, and we'll be kicking it for the barn later here today. I don't know how you can beat that. By the way, this local bass fishing has been tremendous, not only in the daytime, but on twilights, and the El Patron is now going to run twilight trips. Man, if you've been looking for a fun boat to go fishing on, you want to take advantage of some of the best bass fishing we've seen in decades. The El Patron is waiting for you. www.longbeachsportfishing.org. Let's talk islands. We mentioned the Coronado Islands and the fact that the San Diego is now going to go offshore, and that is because they're seeing bluefin, of course, but also the islands just haven't kicked into gear quite yet in terms of the yellowtail bite. We keep seeing a lot of yellowtail, but they just do not want to nibble those little devils. We've had occasional hits on it, but it really hasn't come together. There's plenty of rockfish, some barracuda, some big bonito also. We'll continue to watch that and monitor it for you. Other guys are going to keep the islands honest, and that bite seems imminent. I've been saying it for a while, but conditions seem to be getting better, and I'm thinking we could see some really great fishing here very, very soon at the Coronado Islands. Thunderbird 42 yellowtail out of Davies Locker in Newport Beach, California. Guys have been fishing San Clemente Island for some really excellent hits on yellowtail, on white sea bass, on halibut, and of course the omnipresent rockfish are still there. But what a day on the Thunderbird. Nice going, boys. Happy to see that thing come together for you. On board the Freedom, Rick Russell yesterday fishing same zone, 9 yellowtail, 7 white sea bass, 25 calico bass. Michael Limon, Dan Lightfoot on board this morning. Hopefully they're getting them. We're going to get a report from those guys as they get in here a little bit later this evening. Nice warm water here in the SoCal surf. Don't forget, we'll be there at Anderson Street and Pacific Coast Highway on July the 5th, Saturday morning, when the tide is going to be perfect, and we're going to have a lot of great Freemon Adventure family members there. It's going to be so much fun. Hope you can make that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And continuing up at Catalina Island, kind of a pick and a scratch, you know, a few calico bass, a few barracuda, occasional yellowtail over there, rockfish still in the mix. If you want to load up on some rockfish, you've been able to do that quite well. So really, really kind of picky fishing at Cat right now, I would describe it as. Not wide open by any stretch of the imagination, but good variety. Channel Islands, which has been the epicenter of tremendous white sea bass fishing. It's been so good, but yesterday it definitely sputtered on us. We have got our dear friend Fermin Ramirez. He is on board the Ranger 85 right now. In fact, the Filipino Mafia, all those crazy guys are on that trip. They show up to the boat the night before they depart with an entire pig, lechon. Man, that looks so good. I'll take 2 of those to go, please. Man, I mean, they put on a party. Well, yesterday, they went to the same zone as where these sea bass have been biting, and it didn't want to bite at all. And believe me, Jake on the Ranger 85 worked his tail off trying to get these things to bite. Nobody really had a good hit on the WSB, as it has been really phenomenal fishing. A few guys chalked it up to boat pressure. Other guys said conditions were not quite right. Over there on the gray light, they still ended up with 6 white sea bass for 6 guys. That would have been limits a month ago or so. So not bad there. And the Aloha Spirit with 18 guys had 15 white sea bass, a couple of halibut, and 30 barracuda. But overall, the bite was slower. We'll see if it's going to come together here today. On the Ranger 85, Furman said, man, we caught all kinds of giant rockfish. We loaded up on the bottom grabbers. So that was great. They were able to provide that, and they're on it right now, the white sea bass zone. So we'll see if Furman and the boys can't come up with a hit here today. We're going to be watching that very close. So let's just keep going up to the northern region, and then I'm going to drop back and talk about what is perhaps the best bass fishing we've seen in decades here in Southern California. No let up on that. We'll take you up there all the way up to the Santa Barbara Island or Santa Barbara City area, and they're catching copious amounts of rockfish up there in that neck of the woods. And then we get you up to the area around Morro Bay, Avila Beach, where the rock fishing has been absolutely fantastic. I don't know how it can get much better than it is. Freemon Adventures family member Shant Sarkisian, you are #1 Shant. I'm telling you, there's nothing he wouldn't do to help promote Freemon Adventures. And Shant, I deeply appreciate it. He was on a 12-hour trip yesterday on board the Rita G, and he said it was phenomenal fishing. In fact, he and his group caught their very first lingcod. They had all kinds of big reds and bokashi, just absolutely tremendous fishing. They caught all their fish on KJ's Mag 12 swim baits. They love using that product, and it worked so very well. It was a 12-hour trip, and I don't know how it can get much better. Zach, one of the people in his group, had 2 lingcod, their very first, and Zach's dad, Greg, caught the very last fish of the trip, and wouldn't you know, it would be the jackpot fish. Really great fishing. 4 guys with their first lingcod, tremendous fishing. And Shant says, I wonder if we had such great fishing because of the socks I was wearing. He was wearing our dear friend Paulina from Paulina Fishing Life in Ensenada. He was wearing Paulina's socks. Maybe that was the thing that did it, Shant. Thank you so much. So happy you guys had such a great trip. No question about that, as it was absolutely phenomenal. All right, let's talk bass. San Diego area, calico bass, sand bass, you can pick and choose, and it's wide open on both. It's tremendous, and there's enough white sea bass, yellowtail kind of spread around in the bite right now that it makes it worthwhile. John Ho is on the Dolphin this morning. He graces the thumbnail of the morning briefing. John's a great guy, a great angler, a great ambassador for the sport of sport fishing. Way to go, my friend. Way to kick butt, or in this case, kick bass. It's been phenomenal down there in San Diego, moving you up the coast here. It's been absolutely awesome. There was a lot of boat pressure, so many guys may not have gotten to their limits. Wait till Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's going to get back to that again, and many boats did get their limits. I mean, it was that good, and that is really the measure of a great bite, when you throw a lot of boats on it and you're still catching fish. And by the way, private boaters have been all over it. Up there around Dana, great fishing. Davies Locker, Newport Beach, tremendous sand bass and calico bass fishing. Moving you up here into the Long Beach and San Pedro area. How about 38 anglers last night on the Native Sun out of 22nd Street Landing on their twilight trip? You know, a lot of times on a twilight trip, you don't start catching until the sun goes down, the wind stops blowing, the sun goes down. 38 anglers, limits of sand bass before sunset. That's how freaking wide open it is right now. Monte Carlo, 22nd Street Landing, limits. Over there on the Victory, great fishing out of Long Beach sport fishing. I'm skipping over boats. I'm not meaning to do that. City of Long Beach Enterprise, all of them getting sand bass galore. It has been a spectacular bite. And if you want to know how, an anchovy with a dropper loop down on the bottom and you are bit fast. It's happening really, really fast. So really great sand bass fishing, calico bass fishing. And as I mentioned, private boaters have been doing it also. Greg Watson, old-time captain, best bass fishing he's seen in many years. 3 guys fishing with Danny Jackson, had over 400 bass, and they released every single one of them. Tom Durr, old-time captain, who's been running for many, many times. He also ended up with a great catch of not only calico bass, but he had a white sea bass. Dave Dodge, old-time captain, has also been doing really fantastic. So I don't know how you can beat it. It has been absolutely phenomenal fishing on the local bass. And look at that weather. It's going to be another great one. Don't forget El Patron now. Fishing twilight trips. That's going to be absolutely fantastic. www.longbeachsportfishing.org in this beautiful warm water. Man, it's tailor-made for some corbina, for some yellowfin croaker. And don't forget, big fish, bait, and tackle in the beautiful city of Seal Beach, California, right down there on the corner of Seal Beach Boulevard and PCH. You can get all the tackle you'll need for your outdoor adventures, whether it's fishing the Southern California surf or going offshore for big bluefin or anything in between. They've got all of that for you right now. In the Southern California surf, we've seen some really good and excellent surf fishing here in Orange County, down by that tower where we're all going to meet up on July the 5th, Saturday morning. There's been yellowfin croaker. There's been pretty good corbina fishing going on down there also. And we continue to see the occasional halibut caught here. In fact, my son Philip saw a halibut chasing bait, jumping out of the water here yesterday. He had a couple of nice yellowfin croaker, and there's a lot of those round stingrays around right now. I'm playing with fire, by the way, here. One of these mornings on the morning briefing, I'm going to get stuck. I mean, I've been wiped out by a wave down here. Why not? I've been stuck many times, so it wouldn't be the first time. But man, the spine on that one I saw yesterday makes me think twice about that. There's been also really good corvina fishing. In fact, I don't know if you can kind of see, but these pools of water up here, the last couple of days, we've seen corvina caught in those, kind of just hanging out waiting for the high tide to show up. There's been a lot of great corvina around here. There's a ton of sand crab patches up and down the beach right now in the Santa Monica Bay. Great corvina fishing around the Mondstadt Pier out to the Topaz Rock Jetty up in El Segundo. There's been yellowfin croaker along with corvina there. Ventura, we've seen some really good fishing going on up in the Ventura area. Also for bar perch and pismo, also some really good fishing up there in that neck of the woods. There's been some spot fin croaker taken here recently also, and some nice ones. Anthony Noy is a surf fisherman. Check out that spot fin croaker. Anthony, man, am I envious of that catch. That's a beautiful spot fin croaker. Anthony's PB, his personal best. I don't know how you can beat that. And our buddy Cliff Hughes is at an undisclosed location in Central California catching freshwater bass. Nice going, Cliff. Man, that is a nice one, and it's always good to see you here on the morning briefing. Cliff, way to go. I'll tell you, it's been absolutely fantastic, and it's only going to get better. At least that's the hope here at Freemon Adventures. We're always looking at the glass as half full, or all the way full for that matter. Big Raffle Monday night, don't miss that. On July the 5th, we'll be right down there at that tower at 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. You're not going to want to miss that. Here's what I'm talking about. These corvina have been caught in these pools here I don't know if we'll see one or not. I didn't really check it out before I came down here, but we've been seeing it with quite a bit of regularity here recently. So pretty cool stuff. Man, that water is warm. All right, my friends, what can I tell you other than it's another beautiful day? I hope you get out to experience it. This local bass fishing's been phenomenal. We'll keep our eyes on the bluefin. Hopefully that white sea bass is going to bite. Hopefully on board the Freedom they're catching. Hopefully you win the raffle tomorrow night, 310-918-1448. And hopefully we see you right down there, Anderson Street and Pacific Coast Highway on Saturday, July the 5th at 6 a.m. Have a great one. Take care. And I hope to see you really, really soon.